Which actor has everyone seen but nobody know the name of? I just want to shout out /you/Kaney for sharing this guy, this woman links that lead to the pictures of all these actors on replies that didn't have them. Hey. Appreciate it. Pete Postlewithe, RIP. This guy, RIP. I was going to mention this. I had a weird hate reflex for him for a while because he played Hakeswill in Sharp so damned well. I used to have to manually remind myself that he isn't the character. Same with Phoenix and Commodus. David Paymer. He's been in practically everything, but most people wouldn't know his name. He came into the movie theater I worked at years ago in Massachusetts and we were all scrambling to look up his name after we saw him. As he was leaving, one of my co-workers yelled "Hey David Paymer" at him as he left. He smiled and waved at us. Seeing famous people was not a frequent occurrence for us in the Boston suburbs, so we were pretty excited. Yes, he's the quintessential guy for this list emo. You recognize his face, you know you've seen him in stuff, but you can never remember what movie or show and who he played. Greg Henry. Dude has been that guy since the 70s. Started in Rich Man Poor Man, shows up in Slither and Guardians of the Galaxy, Payback, dozens of movies in the 80s and 90s, like Body Double. Big blonde dude, always plays a sketchy sleazy James Spader type dude. But older than Spader. Željko Ivanek, he's always the corrupt US government official. One of the most prolific bit part actors who always plays the same kind of role. This guy. He was the good US government official in the event, which was great, because they use him as kind of a red herring that works partly because you expect his character to be corrupt out of habit. Bern Gorman. He plays a great villain. This guy. If you wanna see him play a good guy, check out the first 2 seasons of Torchwood. He makes a great bad guy, but I always think of that show whenever I see him. John Carroll Lynch. This guy. I still think of him as Drew Carey's big brother from the Drew Carey Show. He's been busy, I see. Christopher McDonald, or as you all know him, Shooter McGavin. This guy. He eats pieces of shit like you for breakfast. Chris Cooper is the 5-star general barking orders. Cliff Curtis, because he's never played anything like himself, but he shows up everywhere. He's Maori, but often plays Hispanic and Arabic characters. Live Free or Die Hard, 6 Days 7 Nights, The Insider, Bringing Out the Dead, Collateral Damage, Training Day, 3 Kings and Hobbs and Shaw, amongst many others. He's worked with a lot of the biggest stars and directors. Edit, since a lot of comments have mentioned it, too many for me to respond to, I should have said almost never played anything like himself. He has played Maori characters, but he plays other ethnicities more frequently than his own. And thanks for the broad and positive response. Was a nice thing to wake up to this morning smile. Maybe true for people outside of NZ, but I feel like everyone here knows Uncle fucking Bully. Fear the Walking Dead for TV as well. Edit, just remembered that I watched him in Dr. Sleep recently. Noel Guglielmi, aka the guy that always plays Hector. My father just met him in our hometown. He had an itch to talk to him but was holding back because he knew him but didn't know his name. He decided to approach him and Noel was actually expecting to be recognized, yet his name not known. Guess these great actors are self-aware of their famous anonymity. Hector's going to be running 3 Honda Civics with spoon engines. And on top of that, he just came into Harry's and he ordered 3 T66 turbos, with nose, and a Motec system exhaust. Not an actor. But the Redditor that answered every single comment without a link on this thread. We all saw them but nobody remembered the name you/Kaney. Heart. This guy. Stephen Tobolowsky. This guy. Ned. I remember Sammy Jankies. His name is Ned Ryerson, his voice is his passport, verify him. He was also in The Insider. Always iconic in Groundhog Day and Sneakers, but didn't recognize that he's one of the big wigs suppressing the news piece until just a couple years ago. Excellent trolls on Seinfeld and Community. I can't believe how many replies to this there are without mentioning his role as Action Jack Barker in Silicon Valley. I enjoyed that because he usually plays such hapless losers, he got to play kind of conniving asshole in the troll. Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.